Welcome to SVG-TV News for March 2nd, 2018. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. After an all-night stakeout protest over outstanding salary payments, the workers at the Pink Sun Resort on the Grenadine island of Canouan may soon have their issues resolved. According to community activist Terry Bino, the workers are now in discussion with the management of the resort and are awaiting the arrival of the investor this weekend. Bino is hopeful that the discussions to take place this weekend will be fruitful so that they would not have to go back on the picket line.
So the subcontractor would have gone to the bank with those documents and sought himself out. And, there was a discussion about, keeping it calm. And when the investor gets here within the next few days or so, they will try to coordinate a meeting with the subcontractor involved and the investor who owns the project. So we sort of like looking for ways to resolve this issue and to make sure that the persons who are on the breadline, try and have them reinstated because there's a family to take care of. So we sort of call off the protests for this weekend and await the arrival of the investor to see if there would be some talks. But if all talks break down, if there is no talks, they hopefully will resume our protests and over the coming days to put some pressure on the issue because these people have family to take care of.
Bino also expressed concern that some workers were told not to return to the compound and said this matter would be brought to the Labor Department.
The subcontractor involved had a phone call from somewhere inside that they would not be allowed to enter to work. So that's one of the things. So if you say that they would not be able to enter to work, it means that you don't have a job. So we are also trying to make connection with the Labor Department to file a formal complaint on the issue so that to see if the Labor Department would have an opportunity to contact the contractor involved in this issue to bring some normality to the situation.
The Public Service Union is appealing to the authorities to remove the value-added tax, the VAT, from electricity bills. Speaking at a media conference earlier this week, President of the PSU, Elroy Boucher, said the exemption of VAT on 200 kilowatts or less on electricity use does not do enough to assist the poor of SVG.
And I said it is amusing because when we listen to government ministers or politicians speak, sometimes I ask myself if they really think that we are all fools. I really ask myself that. In our view, there really should be no VAT on electricity. None whatsoever. You have already admitted that we are among the highest taxed people in the OECS. Highest taxed people. So why are you going to lower that consumption rate and apply VAT to it? You are now going to ask the poor to pay more for the electricity. That is what you're doing.
Boucher highlighted some of the negative effects the VAT on electricity have been having on Vincentians.
Every household have a fridge in their home, and fridges burn some of the most electricity. It's almost difficult to live without a fridge. And so it is a struggle not to burn electricity. You have to. People are turning off all the lights at nights just to conserve. And we are living in a society where violence is ever so present. In other words, these measures are making the lives of the poor and Vincentian workers more difficult.
The PSU president said given that the country's unemployment rate stands at around 25%, tax measures must be made with such persons in mind.
Is, I think, about 25%, up from higher than what it was in 2000. The unemployment among youths,
46%.
oh, it's about 46%. Unemployment is directly related to poverty. So if you are dropping it now, you are indeed putting VAT or taxing the poor who has to struggle to meet the 200 kilowatt bar. That is what is really happening.
Lawyer for respondents in the election petitions case, Senior Counsel Anthony Astafan, is relieved by the ruling handed down earlier this week by Justice Esco Henry, and said that he agrees that the inspection of the ballot boxes in the 2015 general elections was an abuse of the court's process. Speaking on Boom FM, Astafan said the history of the case has left a bad taste in his mouth, and he feels that his team's arguments have been validated.
I am not in the mood for celebration because the history of this case and the conduct of this case, Bing, I've said so on your radio before, has left a very bad taste in my mouth about how this case has gone on. You will recall when we went to before Justice Cottle, when on the second hearing, Justice Cottle asked everybody whether anyone was going to object to him. Everyone said no. The lawyers represented the NDP, praised the man's jurisprudential ability and so on, and when they lost, they went to the Court of Appeal and ambushed the court by the allegation of bias. We could have dealt with this matter before we applied to have it struck out. Okay, we lost. We moved on, then they asked for disclosure a second time. And at one stage we thought that we had an agreement because the entire petitions in relation to Sir Louis Straker was focused on 4 ballot boxes. And when the supervisor of election gave evidence and showed that even if all these ballots were rejected, Sir Louis Straker would still win by 180 votes, the NDP's case changed to wanting inspection of all of the boxes.
Astafan also believes that the ruling is similar to the judgment made by Justice Brian Cottle, whom he said the petitioner's lawyers tried to discredit.
The conclusions are literally the same. Justice Cottle made justice. One of the things that has been a massive crab claw in my throat with this case is that Justice Cottle made the allegation, made the finding in the first application for disclosure that there was no evidence to substantiate the allegation for disclosure, or that even if he granted disclosure, the result of the election would have changed. And they came back again with a different thing, trying to argue a case that was never pleaded and never put before the judge in the petition. And this was all an attempt to open up a wide open gate. There was no evidence at any stage of these proceedings from anybody who voted in the election. There was no evidence from any of the polling agents.
Meantime, opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday says the election petitions case should be seen as a fight for democracy and not a spat between lawyers. Responding to lawyer for the respondents in the petitions case, Senior Counsel Anthony Astafan, the opposition leader said the Dominican attorney has a gloating arrogance and that he does not value his opinion.
Well, just a tone of his remarks, you know, that as if to suggest that somehow this is a spy between Stocky John and themselves and so on. This is an important matter for the people of the country. What we're trying to do is to get the best case before the judge. And that is what the application to inspect the ballot papers were about. And the court, as you know, yesterday said that we're not going to get that opportunity to do so. And while we disagree with the reasoning, we have to accept the decision of the court. But the petitions continue. We'll do our very best to present the evidence in a way that will be persuasive when it comes to the final trial of the matter. And, you know, I don't need any advice from us.
Dr. Friday said while they accept Justice Esco Henry's ruling, they will continue to fight to have the matter resolved, maintaining that there were discrepancies in the ballot boxes that would have confirmed the NDP's arguments.
This is a matter that is motivated by what is right and just for the people of St. Vincent. I heard you referring to the people of Central Leeward and so on, the NDP supporters, as suggest that this is a matter for NDP supporters. This is a matter for the whole country. This is a matter for the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that we need to know that, and this is not speculative stuff, we know that in the ballot boxes that there are ballots that were counted that were illegal. They had no official mark in them. We know that there are mutilated ballots in the boxes. We know that there are count fours with the official marks on them. All of this is against the law. So when we ask for the court to permit, and that's on behalf of the petitioner, Exeter, to permit the inspection of the boxes, is to see to what extent this goes on through the entire constituency. And that is something that the people of this country need to have resolved.
Following a two-day meeting of the CARICOM heads of government in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, at the invitation of the President of Suriname, His Excellency Desi Bouterse, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, accompanied by Senator Carlos James, made a state visit to Suriname. According to the Agency for Public Information, PM Gonsalves engaged the President on several important matters of mutual interest. During the official visit, the Vincentian delegation toured several indigenous villages, including the Maroon village of Glassreek in the district Brokopondo and Redi Doti. The delegation is expected to return to the state on Saturday. This country's Director of Public Prosecutions, Colin Williams, who occupied the position for approximately 15 years, spent his last day on the job on Tuesday, February 27th, as he proceeds on pre-retirement leave. Reports are that Williams is expected to take up duties as a judge in Belize, joining another Vincentian, Sonia Young, a former chief magistrate. According to information received, Senior Crown Counsel Sajila McDowell has been appointed to act in the position of DPP. The police are investigating the circumstances surrounding a homicide which occurred in Redemption Shops today at about 8:30 a.m. involving Colreese Pompey, also known as Quinn, a 25-year-old laborer also of Redemption Shops. According to reports, Pompey received a gunshot to the head while he was in the company of 3 other persons at the low-profile shop in the vicinity of the Redemption Shops playing field. The victim was shot by an unknown person. Pompey succumbed to his injury. A post-mortem is expected to be carried out on the body of the deceased to ascertain the cause of death. The police are asking anyone with information that would assist in this investigation to contact the officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department, the CID, and the Major Crimes Unit, the MCU, at 784-456-1810. That's 784-456-1810. Or any police station in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Meanwhile, one resident has expressed concern about the ongoing gun violence in the community. She made a strong appeal for a police unit to be set up in the area.
Quint is a nice boy. He is mannerly. He have his own business in town. Selling, squeezy, dishwashing, everything he sell. He now built a house right by his father. Lucky that he can't himself go inside the house. He was right here, it was big daylight. School children about to go to school was here. So I don't know why the shooting take place so early in the morning. It is sad. We need something in Sharp. We are not safe in Sharp. We need a police band to be in Sharp here to protect us. We cannot go to church because we don't know how to walk late at night because we don't know what will happen to us. It is real sad in Sharp. I am so sorry that it happened. It is sad. I feel it and it is very sad to know what is going on. Who next? That is the question we are asking. Who next and when? So we need something to be done in Sharps here. We're afraid because we're coming from church. We have to look right, we have to look left. We know when the stray bullet go catch us. We is not in the gang thing. We is not in the water thing. but we come in and we have to watch behind we back every minute we come in from church. But me now, I don't go to church at night because I'm afraid, right? I am scared of my life. So we need something in Sharp. Not too far from where he died here, it was one right above the ball ground because it's just beyond the ball ground. Right there, then in the hole, it is in the surrounded, so we are very scared in Sharp. Something needs to be done in Sharp.
Another resident who preferred not to be on camera said the fear in the community is having a crippling effect on persons.
Too much going on. High daytime, people, workers and children stand up to catch vandals where the gunman get shot down, lady man get shot, the young man get shot down. And morning, noon and night, every night you hear gun, every day you hear gun, high daytime. And we need to get some sort of protection issues. We need some sort of the authority to come and do something in Sharps. Let's get a mini police station in Sharps. It have one in Edinburgh. Sharps is a big place. We need this because it's too much of killing in Sharps. The gunmen there have no respect for nobody. So therefore, and this going out to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We need work. The young man and them need work in Sharps. They need work. It's more gun, more than work. More gun, more than work. So something had to be done. Morning time, so like Easter coming up, we have to come out 5 o'clock to go to church, and people going afraid to come out. Right? People come out to have church Friday night, Wednesday night. Look at church there. Look, there's 4 church here. People come out Wednesday night to go to church. Come a friend. The church closed down Friday night. People don't want to come out. Right? So this is the thing. And we walking. I just go to church. I just come down the road to go buy bread, and 7 o'clock at night time you can't come down the road. You gotta stay home, whip up something home because you can't come down the road to buy no bread, nothing at all. So something need to be done. We asking, we playing for it to save Redemption Sharps. Save Redemption Sharps. Save the people of Redemption Sharps.
The 10th anniversary celebration of the Pan Against Crime initiative will take place on Sunday, March 4th from 4:30 p.m. at the South Rivers playing field. The event is being staged by the Pan Against Crime Committee in collaboration with the National Commission on Crime Prevention, the NAACP, and the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. Slated to make performances at the concert are the Police Band, Windfresh Southeast Steel Orchestra, South Rivers Primary School Steel Orchestra, the Police Youth Clubs and churches in the community. Prime Minister and Area Representative Dr. Rav Gonsalves is expected to deliver the feature address, while remarks will be made by Commissioner of Police Colin John and Chairperson of the NAACP, Letitia Sandy. The Pan Against Crime program, the brainchild of Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves, was implemented in several schools and community organizations across the country on February 20th, 2008, as the government looked at ways to combat the 2007 upsurge in violence and crime. The initiative has taken a unique approach to fighting crime by helping young people in the country turn toward a life of music by learning how to play the steel pan. The introduction of ICTs as well as a basic training course are some of the initiatives local fisher folk can expect to benefit from as the Fisheries Department as well as other stakeholders seek to boost the capacity in the fishing industry. Highlighting some of the past and future projects designed to aid fisher folk at a workshop held on Wednesday was Fisheries Officer Lorenzo George, who gave some insights into a program which introduced the fish aggregating devices as well as the proposed basic fisherman training course.
Project, we would have seen the benefit the fishermen in terms of fads. We would have placed several fads in the waters of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it gave you, the fishermen, the opportunity to engage us as the resource managers to form policy, to manage the same resources which you go out and harvest. Additionally, we have just received a project from the government of Japan in the form of a basic fisherman training course. This manual, we saw the need that as we go forward, the need for training. And the training from this project will commence on the 13th and 17th of March. And I just want to encourage the fishermen to take the opportunity to attend those training, because we at the Fisheries Division, we can only do so much to encourage you, to provide you with the information that is required.
George said fisherfolk can also look forward to the implementation of an ICT program which will assist with their safety at sea.
There will also be a project, the Fisheries Early Warning Early Response Project. That's an ICT project sponsored by the ICT Fish Consortium, and it's an ICT project where you're going to have an application where you can download on your phones, and you, the fishermen, will be able to view the weather conditions before you go out to sea. And I think it is a timely initiative. So I just hope today, with this workshop, Fishing as a Business, we welcome this initiative, and we would like to see projects like these continue to come, where the benefits can be trickled down to the average fisherman. And in the end, we're hoping that we can see a change in attitude from you, the fishermen, in terms of how you conduct your business.
Fans of gospel music can look forward to a positive, fun-filled event scheduled to take place tomorrow evening at the Arnisville Sporting Complex. The event's promoter, Raphael DJ Tara's husbands, said the concert entitled Dance for Christ, Chapter 2, Light in the World, creates an opportunity for persons to use their talents to give praise and glory to God.
You know, so a lot of people have the blessing and they just sit down. So get up and dance in the blessing, and you know, it's something to make people feel free about the self, you know, and enjoy the self with the Almighty, because David danced with the King.
Tell me a little about your journey, about yourself, and how you've been able to be changed.
Well, I got sick with kidney problems. I had at least 12% kidney function, and you know, the Almighty healed me, and He made me back whole. Everything functionable right now with me, and I gotta give Him thanks and give Him glory and honor. So this is what I'm doing, living for Him and doing what I'm supposed to do in my gifting in the right way.
Another of the event's promoters, Sherry Denny Edward, highlighted the local and regional gospel talents who will be performing at the event.
And featuring is Gerard Nurse, Minister Gerard Nurse out of Trinidad and Tobago. He is, well, he's not upcoming. Right now he's a big deal in the gospel arena across the region and internationally as well. It's his first time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we're so happy to have him be a part of our event. He's a ball of energy. He loves the Lord, and I know that tomorrow night he's going to set the sporting complex on fire for Jesus.
Amen. And
I just want to encourage the entire populace to come out and be a part of this event. And it's not just for Christians, it's for everybody. And dancing is a thing that brings glory to God. It started in church anyways, and we just want to propagate that, not just dancing in the flesh but in the spirit, because there's so much things that we need to shake off in this nation right now.
Denny Edwards said the event intends to illustrate that Christian life can be a fun and meaningful existence.
We just want to provide a positive opportunity for persons to give God glory and to have some fun, because Christianity is not boring by any stretch of the imagination. Some people think that, but DJ Taras, his coming into the kingdom is giving us an opportunity to express more, you know, that aspect, and we want to provide that opportunity every year, and this year it's going to be amazing. So I just want to invite everyone to come out and be a part of this event.